Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Nivedita and Dianne Show with our sidekick, Alan. Alan, welcome. Sorry about all the fixing the camera here.
Hi everyone. Hi Dianne.
Hi. Well, welcome and thank you so much for coming in and filling in for Nivedita. This is a prom, very special, couple minutes. Probably won't go to an hour. Just because so much has been happening for the week. So why don't you just briefly introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi everyone. My name
He's
is
just
Alan.
beaming. Look at him.
My name is Alan Luk from Toronto, and I'm honored to be here. I've been on Dianne Show a few times. You might have seen me. So a little bit about my background. What was it? 1 year ago, I met Dianne. At that time, I was going through some relationship challenges, and we connected on Facebook. Um, and then she actually opened my path to my spiritual journey. Right at that time, I never considered myself spiritual, um, but then it was that phone call, really helped me to open up my heart, really allowed me to see the possibility of there's something beyond like out there, like like a force, right? A force of power. We call it the divine, heaven, Tao source, but it's something that is out there that's there to protect you. It's one thing that you can walk your life alone, but there's something that is there's a greater force out there to look after you. And I've I can say that in the last year there has been lots of transformation, not only emotionally, physically, spiritually. With spiritual and adding on to some of the concept philosophy that that you have taught us, and especially the workshop that we just attended over the weekend. It was really transformational. Lots of powerful and practical tools that combine scientific, the NLP, the mind, and energies, and visualization, to really allow you to go places that you've never been. So just a little summary of who I am, and the kind of the gratitude I have for you. Thank you.
Oh, you're so sweet. Well, welcome everyone and welcome. And thank you also for joining us. And please catch us on the replay. But what Alan didn't say was, Alan, I'm sorry, I'm still recovering. I'm purifying. So my whole body features is like when you purifying your whole features, everything changes. So forgive me for that still. But what Alan didn't tell you was the real reason why he connected with me was because of the healthy hair. Because we did the healthy hair on Monday. You weren't on that one.
Mm.
Did the healthy hair. And why don't you tell us a little quickly about that? How, why did you decide to connect with me when you saw that post?
Yeah, for sure. So at that point, I was going through some issue with the hair loss, and I on Facebook one day I saw a random post that you're offering. Uh, at that point, I think you mentioned healthy hair, so I wasn't sure exactly what it was. I thought it was
A blessing. It was a blessing
it
for
was a
healthy.
blessing, yeah. So, but I thought it was some kind of like a product that you're selling, or some vitamins or something that you take. Likely there are network marketing companies, right? So I was curious. I kind of assumed that it was some kind of products that you're trying to push on people, right? But hey, I was open minded. But yeah, surprisingly, it wasn't, and we got on the phone the next day and we talked. But thank you for the healthy hair blessing. But we've actually, through the conversation, it was actually much more than that. Like, it was actually a deeper healing that needs to take place, beyond the physical, uh, a condition of hair. So that was pretty yeah, that was pretty amazing. And the interesting fact was, we were friends on Facebook for 5 years, but we never engaged, we never talked. So it is actually interesting that how I've came across your post, because usually with Facebook algorithm, you only see posts with friends that you engage with, and you probably don't see anything right? Even though they're friends, like Facebook friends. Let's say I have a few thousand Facebook friends, but I don't see a lot of them, the activities that's going on, because I've never engaged with them, right? So just the fact that we never engage, but I saw your post was still a mystery to me. But anyways,
It's
oh,
divine timing.
it's
It's
divine
all the
timing. Yeah.
timing. It's all the timing. And I just wanted to say, and thank you so much for coming. So kind, Alan.
Thank you.
For those who know me, don't know me, or will be listening to this on the replay or be shared, my name is Dianne Ojar, and I do so many things. And this is a space most people don't know me in regards to what Alan's talking about. They know me on the media side, they know me as an author, radio, TV, and that's another part of me. But the other part of me is being an NLP, master practitioner NLP hypnotherapy, which I did back this year will be 10 years, Alan. And I sort of had it there on the side burner. Now, I was doing it in between, and I was telling Alan a story just now. It's a true story. I never wanted to be a teacher, but I found it in my past lives. I was a teacher, I was an educator, I was a healer, I was all those things. Things I didn't know, things I'm doing now, it was. But if you look going back to 30, 40 years ago, yeah, I'm that old. That was not me. I just sat at the back of the classroom. I didn't want to do that. I will help the teachers and so forth. But here's what's happening. Long story short, fast forward. You know what you don't want and you keep pushing away? It will slap you in the face. And what I have learned is, and I'm telling you all this for a reason. This is why I came on. And please, in the comments, let us know who's here. If this resonates with you, please share this. The reason why I wanted to do this is because for the past 3 days, we've had some phenomenal sessions, which is all complimentary. We will be having one after this at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And tonight is about the elephant in the room. Alan, you've experienced that. We'll talk about it in a minute. But here's the thing. Sometimes we go through things because everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly, is a blessing. Listen, I have been under the weather since November and October. Like literally, Alan, you know how I
Yeah.
was.
Since you got the COVID shot.
Well, there was a combination, two things was happening. I got the second shot, and I was always very sensitive to needles, so that's a whole nother story. But the other part of it is that I was going through a purification because of the training and because of some of the things I'm doing. It didn't quite, and my training and that particular, is instead happened the same day, So I was out of commission for like 5 weeks. Listen to hear what I'm saying. So when you think about why we're doing this, every time I get sick, just know that something's going to happen. It is a shift. It's like an awakening. But right now, I feel like I know a female tigress, but something has opened up in me that now all the things that's coming so effortless, I'm sharing with everyone. So for the past couple weeks, there's another story. I had, you guys keep hearing me talking about the spray story. I had some sensitivity to some Lysol spray twice, and this kind of hit me hard.
Wow.
What it is, and you can still hear my voice and so forth. But at the same time now I'm doing this course for to be a quantum lineage holder, which you are as well doing it, and Nivedita is already one. It is massive, huge purification.
Yeah.
What it does, I am telling you, I'm going to say this with all the respect, when shit hits the fan, you gotta have some fun here. Everything goes downhill. Everything, literally. So all I'm saying is, if this resonates with you, put a comment there. Let me know. I have embraced the good, the bad, and the ugly. What I have discovered for the past, I know sometimes your spiritual channels may be open, and people who don't know spiritual channels, you all have spiritual channels, and yes, it is open, every single one of them. But don't judge it from the third eye, because my third eye is not open. But I used to always get these ideas. We'll do this. Okay. And I'll do it. And this is what happened. Then I realized, oh, I took all my training stuff and I put it for months this last year and I put it in the room, one of the rooms, and I have it there. Then I moved from one spot and put it to the other spot. Then I took it and put it to the other spot. And then one day I said, I have to go back and look at it and just start opening and opening. And then it was boom. And then I saw this and I said, you know what? Let me just do it. And this is what I did. Now, on top of that, I am a Dow Hands practitioner, like Alan as well, and Nivedita, which is a whole nother story. So you combine all the modalities together and a little bit of this, a little bit of this to make it so much fun, super powerful. And those are the words coming from these guys, not me. So on Sunday, let's start with Sunday. I am saying this to you because we still have 3 days left and we have an event next week. The event next week is a small fee. It's a small fee for that. And there's, that's the step ladder approach to setting your SMART goals. And Alan, why don't you just start talking about that? So what happens Sunday to know?
Yeah, for sure. So I attended the event, the step ladder approach to creating your SMART goals. It was a powerful experience. At the beginning, there was there was still like I always have this focus on what I want to do, but it was a little bit scattered, and I wasn't certain. It's like, okay, I want something, but I'm not sure how to get it, or it's like, or I don't have that enough confidence to go do it. So based on the teaching that you share with us, and really setting goals that are smart. I forgot exactly the acronym of it, the SMART. But basically, it basically is making goals that are measurable, achievable, small milestones that you build on, right, to achieve that goal. But not only that, you also took us through really a journey of um, combining your experience with NLP, really taking you to a state, right, of really calmness, really, really building from within, that internal confidence, right, and that light, right, inside of you, right. A lot of us, that light has been dim because of your surrounding, your environment, people telling you cannot do it, right? It's tough, it's hard, right? But really, after the session, it seems like that light has reignited. It's just like it kind of it glows back again, right? And now it's shining, it's bright, and then the exercise that you walk us through, for us to really visualize, we're walking that path. And for me, I can share, like, um it's really like this year, I've kind of like rebuilt a lot of things, my finances, my relationships. So it's really, as I visualize, I can really see, that perfect home that is waiting for me, right? And then, the perfect relationship, a thriving business that's going to create a lot of impact to the world, right? Financial flourishing, right? And really dissipating that lack of abundance, right? Is that wealth, right? Is abundance, and being able to give, to help people, charity. So it just seems like that path, it's very focused. It's like, what, like I'm walking towards it, right? Even though right now I might be on, you know back 10 steps, but I'm making that one step at a time and making it happen. And the pathway is clear, is it lighted up, right? And now I can just trust the process, do my work, and walk that path and get to that destination.
Beautiful. Thank you. So let's break that down. That's all chunked up. So let's break that down. So, first of all, have you ever been to an event and I didn't put words in Alan's mouth, okay? Been to the event and you've been told to do this, to write down your goals.
Yep.
By the way, the secret is missing a big part of the secret because you just can't, tap, we're not Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz and believe that everything's going to manifest. Does it work that way? Yes or no?
I agree. You cannot just sit in your room and visualize all day long and expecting money to just fall from the sky, right? Obviously, there is work that needs to be done, right? First of all is that visualization aspect of it, and then the feeling that comes from that, and then you got to take actionable, oriented goals to make that happen.
Now, I am not here to discredit anybody and their craft. In some of the dollars, the high ticket item people, we all have our, and I'm talking about this specifically because it's time people have to be smart. Again, that's our word, smart, about everything that you do, in all your personal life, your spiritual life, your career, your job, and you can set goals. People think you only set goals for business. Is that true or not?
No, for business, yeah, there are certain goals that you got to set, to
No, but I
achieve.
mean, no. What I meant, when you go to events, it's most
Yeah.
people for business.
Mhm.
So they say, no, it's business goals, but that's not the case.
No.
You can set goals for every single thing.
Oh
And
yeah.
people spend a lot of money. You have, we
Mhm.
have
Yeah.
a lot of money to get the learnings and teaching. But what do? We don't do nothing. We
Mhm.
come out of the event, unless you have a coach that you're, working with closely. And believe me, it is not, you know, cheap.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely not cheap. Yeah, I agree.
It's not.
Yeah.
But are you getting
Mhm.
what it is you need to get? Now, you all have done, myself, guilty myself, and I'm not dismissing that either. Like I said, that's what we had to do. However, um, what you all did, and even last night when we did the other one, you actually, when we went to the theta state, and you literally had the same results that you had on Sunday.
Mhm.
You and Nivedita
Vita. Yeah.
had the same
Yeah.
results. She keeps telling me every day she's still seeing the same date and so forth. So it's justifying that. But what I'm saying to you, to asking you and everyone out there, how many times are we going to keep pretending? I don't know if pretending is the right word, or believing that yes, what we're doing is right. We got to do it, and we got to do it once and for all.
Mhm.
And when we do the timeline therapy part of it, and you put it out in the future, you're putting it in your unconscious mind. I'm
Yeah.
not going to go through the whole thing because every day is broken up, and I didn't realize when I had created it, it's going to flow. Tonight we're going to be talking about the elephant in the room, and we will have a demo. We've had a demo every night. We
Mhm.
had two demos on Monday. We had everybody did well. We didn't have a demo last time because everybody did it.
Yep.
And tonight we'll have a demo with the elephant in the room. And then tomorrow, Thursday, we'll be talking about business, how to set up business, what you should be doing in business. We've done business courses together.
Mhm.
We've taught business courses together. So a little bit of that's going to come out, but we have fun with it. But then a totally different spin. And then on Friday is it's relationship,
Wow.
which is huge.
Mhm.
Um, Again, how do you manifest? Everything about now is manifesting,
Yeah.
but you also have to put things in place. And I'm saying to you, these events for this week is at no cost to you.
Well, yeah, I know. I still couldn't believe it. Yeah, it's amazing.
You all got, here's the funny part. When they came in, and I mean, these guys work at me, but when they came in, they're all students, they didn't know what to expect because I don't usually tell them what's going to happen.
Yep.
I myself don't even know what's going to happen. It's all about who is there.
Mhm.
So on Monday, we had someone who had, some surgery and had pain for so long. And, people came in not knowing what to expect. I've heard so many different testimonials and comments and, the unknown. And that's what we want you to come free will and open minded and come out and just be. I require people to be on the camera because I can see them interactive, and this way they're also not distracted.
Yeah.
Alan, I know last night a couple of times you were dozing off on even on Sunday. Dozing off. It's been a long day. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
Sunday you were busy, but then when you suddenly light up, and I could see the difference. Your
Mhm.
skin features. I should ground myself more when I'm doing this because, but your feet. I told you before. Your feature. You look amazing today.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Last, but do you feel different?
Yes, I do feel. Yeah, definitely. I feel definitely more focused and more aligned. And I'm more
Hopeful,
aligned. to-
hopeful.
yes, and I'm very aligned to my goals. So it's like I know that. How do I and explain an analogy? Is before is like a wide road, okay, and it's basically like I based on my learning, my experience, yeah, I know that, but then it's kind of dark, right? So it's like you're driving, but then you just trust it, it's dark, but now it seems like there is light that's kind of like now. First of all, the road has been narrower so that I don't have to you know go too many places. I just focus on one road, and then the road seems to, as I approach one thing, the little light just kind of light up, and I go out again. So it's like there's always a light in front of me to kind of allow me to go to that exact direction, and ultimately is going to hit that end destination. So that's kind of like the feeling that I have right now.
Beautiful. So, what maybe one, two things since you've had those sessions? Let's talk about the one on Sunday where you actually went. Have you seen? Because it's all in your subconscious or
Mhm.
unconscious mind. So, things I know Nivedita, she was here. She would say it in the next morning, things started to unravel and appear and present itself. I was like, and she's like a little kid from a candy store. Do you have you had anything that's come to you in order regards to the goal that you set?
Yeah, I mean, it's only been been a few days, but definitely I've been I start to write goals
It's
out
simple things. It's
on
not usually
paper.
big steps, It's
Yeah,
usually the things, right? I'm
yeah.
not looking for the big fireworks, right? You
Mhm.
have to work with it. But sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I'm starting to like plan things out more better, and it seems like the words that come out is more fluent. It's more like it's not like I'm pushing it, and it feels really good, right? So I do have a plan in place that are things will definitely you know unravel itself. But it has been really there's a lot of clarity now, like lots of clarity in terms of the action steps I need to take, and also the learning I need to do myself, right? To kind of walk this path, right? I mean, like I'm definitely looking for the perfect home, perfect relationship, like and I mean it seems like a lot, but then it's like okay, like I know what I need to do to kind of walk that. Like it wasn't an overwhelming feeling. It was more like just really me aligning my skills, my skill set, and then really one step at a time walking towards that.
So, okay, let me explain a couple of things you just said there. I want to elaborate on that. First of all, every time you do this course, it's going to go deeper and deeper and more clarity, and you have more confidence. It's not like a one time.
Yep,
It doesn't work that way, right?
absolutely.
So you notice every time you do
The
something,
layers, right?
it can be a little different, but it's another deeper layer, and you
Mhm.
see how everything is connected. First of all, everything is inside of us. That's number one. Second of all, is the fact that because it's you and it's what you want, and because you gave yourself permission,
Mhm.
your subconscious, unconscious mind is working with you.
Mhm.
Because at the end
Absolutely.
of the day, you have it's about you. You have respect for yourself,
Yeah.
you have respect for your body.
Mhm.
It's actually ecological, which basically means it's congruent to who you are.
Mm.
It aligns with who you are as well as believe this or not. Okay, let me put it this way. You are a person, but you also have to make sure the choices that you make, in regardless of what you do, also is good for the community, the earth, we serve
Yep.
humanity,
Yep.
right? Even your business, even
That's
your
right.
relationship, it's
Mm-hmm.
not going to hurt someone. It's
Yep.
not going to hurt anybody. So when people don't understand, there is and say, and in their mind, and I'm not here to dismiss that because everybody's on a different level in their journey. And again, this was you. I am not saying I'm a superwoman. I'm not saying, although Wonder Woman was one of my heroes growing up. But the point is, actually, funny enough, when we were doing our training NLP, we had to choose a superhero. I was Wonder Woman. So, hey, but the point is, I am not here to say to anyone and you or anybody for that matter, is that I know it all. I am just telling you what I know. Things come out of me, you know this, that I don't know where it comes from. Now, we're talking about Sunday. You weren't there Monday, but yeah, last night, that was a whole another story. So, from Sunday till last night, when you guys took that, first of all, we cleared the chakras in the scorpion method, method, which is a lot of the gestalts that affects us. So, how did that work for you as well in regards to clearing that in the first place?
I think is sorry, and again, I and thank you for reminding me. I should not change use the word think again. So I believe, okay, I believe, what happened was there was a lot of clearing done, a lot of blockage removed from unconsciously. I don't exactly remember the exercise because you were putting us in a state and we are just following along. And so I mean, some keyword I remember was like
Okay,
grief,
sorry.
sadness.
Let me just interject there for a moment. The point is not for you to remember,
Yes, correct.
because why? When you remember, what do? You use the mind, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
You're
So
not working with the
yeah.
mind.
So some of the keyword I remember was like grief, sadness, and lack of confidence, or there's various different negative emotions, and really the whole purpose was through the exercise you're releasing and freeing yourself from those emotions, right? And at the end, you just feel better. You don't know what happened, but you just feel much more lighter. You feel more and more calmer, and when you look at it at an unconscious level, I mean, there was definitely lots of clearing and healing done, right? Lots of us go through grief, sadness, you're not good enough, right? People pull you down, and you have a grudge on somebody. Like all these things is a little thing that look like a little nail that's like kind of like stuck in your heart or somewhere, right? So and it takes time, right? Different layers to pull it out, right? Some might be very surface, so you just take it out. Some might be just stuck there so long you need to like use a hammer to like you know pull it out, right? But at the end of the day is as you kind of go through these, right? And since Sunday, I mean, if I feels like there was so much clearing done, like, and with even myself and Nivedita and those who are in the audience, they felt better, they feel better, and we sleep better, right? Do you agree? Like we sleep better. I don't know why, but we sleep better. So, but that's all the unconscious, everything in your head, right? In your mind, in your heart, right? We can explain it in a scientific level, but I mean, it just worked, right?
Absolutely. But here's the thing, since October, my sleep habits have been, and that's one of my big issues, right? And sometimes we believe the problem is not the problem, right?
Hmm.
But last night, I told you, I slept and I woke up earlier today than I typically would. And I was like, oh, okay. And I did the practice. I did the shorter version of the practice, but we did a long version because it was a group of you all. But it doesn't have to be that long and complicated. But again, yeah, and I see a difference. Like I said, the first thing that I saw you today, I see a difference in you. There is a quote here. I love this quote, and
Hmm.
it is this. Now,
Maybe you can read it out to us.
I will read it to you. Um, if anyone who knows who Milton Erickson is, you should. He is one of the forefathers. I call him a forefather in in hypnotherapy and so forth. And he made this comment: patients are patients. And I'll break it down after. Patients are patients because they're out of rapport with their own unconscious. Patients are people who've had too much programming, so much outside programming that they have lost touch with their inner selves. I'm going to repeat it. Patients are patients because they're out of rapport with their own unconscious. Well, unconscious mind, if you want to say. Patients are people who have had too much programming, so much outside programming that they have lost touch with their inner selves. What does that mean to you, Alan? Let's break it down. Patients,
Okay. So,
patients,
mhm,
patients. Okay, patients.
yeah,
A patients
yep,
because let's say you go to a doctor. Why you go to a doctor?
because you're sick, you don't feel well, right?
Right. Why you're sick? Let's talk on a personal level. I'm not talking about having a cold or something.
Hmm.
But why you become well, actually, that is because that's a what you call evidence procedure, a measurement of why. So patients are patients. But go ahead.
Yeah,
So,
because they're out of rapport with their own unconscious. Like I guess how I interpret that is like a lot of the sickness really it comes from that's I know that one thing is if you're like super stressful, if you're always unhappy, um you gonna be you could cause sickness, right? And one of the biggest thing, which I know of cancer patients are they have a long time, like most of like it's like a long time they're suppressed emotions, and therefore they are more vulnerable in terms of their immune system. They are more vulnerable to sickness, right? And then sickness from inside just like become more active, right? um am
but
I on the am I on
but
the right
before
one?
you go there, no,
Mhm.
before you go there, that's very interesting what you said. They suppress everything and they go into depression in a
Mm.
sense.
Yeah.
And this is what it is. For those who don't know what rapport is having a relationship. Like you can have a rapport with the client, you can have a rapport with yourself, being in tune or connection. You have that there's a detachment there. There's no connection within oneself, right? So again, exactly what you said there, and we'll talk about the rest. And I
Mm.
didn't think this was going to come up like this, but there's a reason why we're talking about this.
Yeah.
So when you disconnect, why do you think the psychologists and the psychiatrists and all these people, you have sessions and sessions and sessions? PTSD, people who are in the front line, police officers, nurses, and
Mm.
doctors. It's very stressful, and patients become patients. Now we in our space, we work for results oriented.
Mm.
We've had, on the spot transformation. That's why, I do what I do because you don't want to lag it on. Yes, you have clients who follow up and you have clients who need a tune up. But at the end of the day, from the moment we give them a blessing or have a conversation with them, we'll take them through some type of something that can help them right away. I don't promise anything,
Yeah.
but if you pay 100%, you get 100%. So
Absolutely.
when they don't have this relationship with oneself, the
Mhm.
first thing they do, they want to self-medicate, they want to go to the doctor. That's why patients are patients, because they've lose that connection, that self-love, self, believing that they worth something with their unconscious, because the unconscious is their soul, the
Mm.
unconscious is them.
Right.
So the other part is patients are people who have had too much programming, so much outside programming that they have lost in touch with their inner selves. What does that mean to you?
Mm. um I interpret that as a lot of times the programming are based on either by textbook, what society wants you to believe, a lot of these knowledge transference from above, whoever that they want you to know and understand. But really a lot of times you're not really in tune with yourself, with your intuition, with your own inner guidance, right, to do certain things, right? um so you are just kind of following the crowd, following the doctors, following the prescription they give you, and just blindly taking it or consuming it or
Mm.
doing it because you're told to do so, right? And you never really question, right? And then that's why nowadays there are a lot of sickness that a lot of the in a scientific medical realm cannot cure. But we all know that the food you put into your body, based on alkaline level, acidity, exercise, different things, people from heal from sickness that the medical realm cannot comprehend, right? And we all know, especially now with our spirituality, is a lot of the sickness actually comes with a negative information, right? With the soul, right? Once you heal the soul, you heal the manifestation from the physical realm. So,
Yeah,
um, mhm,
absolutely. And the other thing about it is, and here's the other part of it, propaganda. There are lots of people who don't watch TV anymore. They're much healthier. They've changed their lifestyle because negative information sells. Negative news is, people will pay attention to negative something than what
mhm,
they're positive. So they got to work within themselves. But at the end of the day, you go outside and you get, because I tell you, a lot of these TV shows, trainings, and so forth, you hear what it is they want you to hear. Folks, let me explain something to you, and I know to do it too as well. People will tell you what you need to hear because they act on your emotion. I ain't lying. But at the same time, when you act on the emotions, that is all you remember. That's associated with that time. And what happens is that you end up investing and investing. There's nothing wrong with that. You need to invest in yourself. We have. But make sure when you invest in yourself, the information you're going to get, you're going to take it somewhere. I'm a little different. You know me. Even if I have a PowerPoint in front of me, I will go after whoever is there in the audience. And again, I am, we're all testing the waters. Every single event we have will be a test. No event will ever be scripted to be that perfect because again, you act on it, you act on it, and you act on it. So far, I am so happy and blessed to say we've had 100% result because that's what we do. That's what I do. And I just wanted to come out today and say you still have 3 days to join us tonight, the next day, and the next day. And that's not the end of it. If you choose to work and you want more transformation release, I'm not kidding you. I don't pay these guys to say this. You should get the testimonials they sent to me. And here's the funny thing, they actually sent me a testimonial faster than typically would send it to me. Because they've had that much transformation. So all I'm saying is jump on the session with us tonight. Just scroll down wherever you're looking, it's there. Join us tonight for the elephant rooms. One lucky person is going to be getting a demo for the elephant in the room. I don't know who it is. I can't do it for the whole group. It has to be one person I can attend to at one given point in time if they choose to be open about it, be willing to pay. So all I'm saying is that this is here for you guys. Understand, feel it. You got to get a taste of something. Would I love for you all to work with me down the road? Of course. But I only want you to come in if you believe you're getting value. Why do you think Alan is still here? Why do you think Nivedita is still here? For those two and a couple others as well. And don't get me wrong, there are people who have done other things as well that help. But this was actually the elephant in the room, was to open the door for them. I've seen people, Alan, you know this, people hiding, people doing things, not talking, and you should see them now. So all I'm saying to you, this is not going to cost you anything. Look down wherever you are for the Reclaim Your Power and Live Your Passion series. No cost to you.
I love the title.
I had that title, half of it, many years ago, and I gave it to a girlfriend and for her to do an event. I said, you could use it. She said, I like that. It just came. I didn't even have to think twice about it. And you know me, when something comes up, I don't even think much about it. Sometimes I will, pass it by you guys and what do you think about that? But these days I'm just, boom. I'm going to be doing a virtual camp soon in regards to all of this. We're going to put that together. And there was another idea that I forgot what it was, but I know next time I should write it down and so forth. And possibly, if those are interested, I can combine, do like a 1 day and we do a bit of everything so people can understand, because it seems to be flowing and to see what the response is. So I just want to drop by with Alan and he'll join us at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, which is technically about 45 minutes from now. And we'll see who the lucky person is. So I want to thank you, Alan. Any last thoughts? Anything? We have the coaches coaching mastermind group. Don't let the words scare you. It's basically for, whether you be for relationship or business or career or whatever, don't let the name scare you. It's a private group, and it's a mastermind. So there's a small monthly cost for it, but there's a lot of stuff going to happen in there. I don't know what else to give to you all. I don't know what else to say to you all, but take action. So Alan?
Yeah, so I just want to say it again is, now we are ready the second month of 2022, believe it or not, right? And it is time to take action. And if you have been procrastinating a lot, like me from before, right? Definitely jump on this opportunity. And especially Dianne is offering complimentary sessions for the next few days. Just come try it out. Come take a look, right? You might be chosen as a demo, but nothing to lose, and just experience it for yourself, right? One of the remember one of the quotation from our spiritual teacher, Master Shah, is if you want to know if the pear is sweet, you taste it, right?
That's
I
right.
can tell you this is the most amazing thing in the world, but unless you try that yourself, then only you can experience it and convey it to yourself, right? But I mean, I'm sharing my testimonial, but you got to try yourself. You got to experience it for yourself. So go ahead and join these complimentary sessions and connect with Dianne on that special workshop next week and experience it for yourself.
Mm-hmm. It over delivered.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. I think they thought I was crazy. They didn't know what to expect and they thought I was crazy. And at the end of this week, I'm going to have conversations with the team and say, what do you believe this is worth? Because, I mean, you should see that. I was just in awe with seeing their faces. That was just, for me, that was precious because that's what I want. I want them to feel something. And if you can get people instant result, now don't get me wrong, they have to do things. They have to do the work too as well. Okay, I'm just a presenter. I'm just a messenger. That's all. Don't shoot me. But you have to play. And Alan, I know normally distracted on a lot of things, but you did play because I kept calling on him. And whenever, that's why I wanted to see people when I know they were slacking off and boom, boom, boom. But sometimes when you're doing things, you tend to want to go off in a different world. and I have to bring you back. And that's what I was. So I want to thank you so much for trusting in me, trusting in yourself, particularly, and trusting to just, whatever the universe has for you and everyone else. So
Thank
I'm
you.
going to see you all, including you, Alan, in the next little while. And I know a lot of people, and what I typically would, when I work with people, charge them for that. It's People tell me it's ridiculous. What I give people for what it's worth and what its value. Why again? Because that's just the beginning. So this is your opportunity, but there's no cost to you today. So somebody's going to be a lucky person. Alan was a lucky person once as well. So thank you so much for taking this time, and we'll see you soon. Take care. This is Dianne and Alan saying,
Take care.
have fun, join us, and all the best to you. Ciao later.